is impactful. I don't feel like connecting to the Wi-Fi is going to fix it because my Wi-Fi has been acting a little janky lately. So we will see if my Wi-Fi will withstand being connected to it by my phone. If not, we'll disconnect and we'll just have to deal with my cell service. But I want everybody to grasp the understanding that we are what we eat, and we don't realize the fact that we're not using that term of like we are what we eat to the extent of realizing that we're consuming a bunch of junk, we're consuming toxic foods. And since we are consuming toxic junk all the time with additives and fillers and GMOs, and we're consuming chemicals when it comes to our environment and it's absorbing in our skin, we're breathing it in, we are what we are consuming. You are what you eat. And so you look at that and you see additives, fillers, toxins, inflammation. You are toxic. You are filled with inflammation. You are sitting here developing diseases. If you have not been diagnosed with them, you are developing them, all because you are not realizing the fact that you are eating a bunch of spiritually dead food, as well as you're sitting here eating a bunch of additives and fillers that are toxic to your body and do not leave your body on their own, and you don't know how to support your body correctly. And so you are what you eat. You are chaotic with the food that you eat. You have no boundaries with the food that you eat. And so you literally have no boundaries in relationships. You have no boundaries in your life. And so what are you? You are toxic. You are filled with fillers. You are literally unstable. You're mentally unstable. You're physically unstable. Your body is suffering. Your body is fighting. And you wonder why you're sitting here anxious. You wonder why you're sitting here depressed. You wonder why you're sitting here dealing and developing IBS symptoms, PCOS, fibroid, cysts. You're sitting here wondering why you can't sit here with a thought for more than 5 minutes without you literally having a panic attack. It's because you're unstable internally. And so externally, you're having a panic attack. Externally, you're sitting here suffering. Internally, your organs are working 3 times what they need to be working because they're sitting there trying to digest all the junk that you eat. And so they're sitting there telling you like, hey, something is wrong. So it's giving you anxiety. And you have to realize the fact that like you're sitting here eating things like titanium dioxide, which are literally fillers inside of food that make the color change to keep it stable, and then also to make the food not go rancid. These are preservatives so it can keep it on the shelf longer so these companies don't lose money. But you don't realize that that preservative is stuck inside you. Your body doesn't know what to do with that preservative because it's not a nutrient, it's not a mineral, it's not a vitamin, it's nothing that's going to support your body. And so your body holds on to it and stores it inside of your fat cells. And since it's sitting there holding on to it and storing it, it's storing inside of you. You think you're consuming in moderation, but in reality, all of the crap that you've been eating over the years is still stuck inside of you because you don't know how to release and reset properly, because you don't understand what you're doing to your body. Thanks for the follow. You have to start gradually changing your habits so that you can support your body, because we're all here getting older. Nobody is sitting here aging backwards. You can look like you're aging backwards, but you actually are aging forward. And so you have to realize at what point are you going to start changing your habits? When you're 40 and you develop diabetes? Are you going to start changing your habits when you're 30 and you start developing diabetes? Are you going to sit here and change when you have cancer? Because at that point, it's not too late for you to heal, but you already have so many unhealthy habits. At that point, you're not even going to want to change because you're already suffering from the disease. You're already sick, and you're not realizing the fact that the food that you are consuming is literally poisoning you. And all you have to do is stop consuming the food. You sit here and act like you're going to starve, but there's a plentiful amount of different foods that are actually going to poison you. There's a plentiful amount of fruits and vegetables that you can use to make every single dish that you love in a plant-based form. There is a plentiful amount of brands that don't actually poison you with their ingredients, but you don't want to do any research. Instead, you consume these brands because they have a commercial. You've been eating this all your life. This is the way that you've been taught to eat all your life. Not realizing the fact that those Oreos have titanium dioxide, citric acid, soy, and everything else in it. And you eat a whole roll of that and say, well, you only do it every now and then, and that's in moderation. But you're poisoning yourself. You sit there and say that, oh yeah, I only do this every so often. I eat it maybe twice a month. That's not moderation when you're eating chemicals, because the same way that you view bleach, Lysol, you sit here and view all of these different cleaning products, that's how you need to view this food that you're eating with toxic fillers inside of it. Because if you don't know what it is, it's a toxic filler. If you have absolutely no idea what it is when you read it on the label, if you don't truly know what citric acid is, you are misled and you need to start educating yourself, because you're not sitting here consuming in moderation, consuming black mold, because that's what citric acid is. It's black mold. And y'all sit here and think it's made from citrus because you do no research. Like, you have to realize and start gradually changing your habits, because nothing is getting better. Society is only getting worse, and they're poisoning you on purpose, because it literally says in the 2030 agenda, we are overpopulated and not making enough food. And instead of them realizing that we don't have enough food for this overpopulation issue that we have, and telling everybody, hey, it's time for you to start growing gardens. Thank you for the follow. Hey, it's time for you to start producing your own fruits and vegetables in your own yard. There is no more grocery stores. Instead, they're telling you right in front of your face, we're overpopulated. We're going to have to do something about it. So let's start making people eat fake food. Let's keep on ramping up production when it comes to all these additives and fillers. And then on top of that, throw GMOs in front of their face more than what we've already been doing since the 90s. You don't realize the fact that these GMOs that they're throwing at you, these seedless watermelon, they're sitting here throwing bioengineered products when it comes to canned food and your cereal, your favorite snacks like M&Ms and Sour Patch Kids and all those different things. They have the label on there that says bioengineered, which is also GMO. And what you do not realize, and you don't do enough research or look into, is the fact that they are doing more research into GMOs, because we are technically the first couple of generations that have had GMOs all of their life. And they're seeing, one, we're internally aging. They're three times more than what we're actually aged on the outside. We've been on this earth. And then two, they're also seeing the fact that these GMOs that we are consuming produces a cell inside of our body that feeds cancer. And if you do not know, inflammation is from toxin buildup, and toxins feed cancer. Cancer thrives in a toxic environment. And so if we are producing the cell because we're consuming the GMO fruits, the GMO vegetables, the GMO products on the shelves because we love M&Ms and Oreos and all this other crap, when are we going to start realizing that we are literally poisoning ourselves? And like I said, you are what you eat. So you are poisonous. You are literally toxic on the inside, which is a slow poison. When are you going to realize that you're internally aging your organs 3 times than what they are? Because that's scientific fact. Literally, they're doing autopsies on people that are in their ages of, because people are unaliving earlier and earlier. They're in their 30s and their organs are in their 60s. How? Why? Their organs are sitting there preserved because of all these preservatives that they're consuming. Like they're mummified on the inside. Why? Because we're consuming junk and don't realize what it's doing to our body. And when are we going to shift and start to realize this? When are we going to start changing our mindset around what we're consuming and how we're consuming? Because it all starts with your mind. And if you do not know and you're new here, my name is Kendra and I'm a plant-based lifestyle strategist. I have been plant-based for over 3.5 years, and I am here to support you in understanding what is in your food, what is in your products, what is going on with our society when it comes to our health, and understanding how to shift your health, because you deserve better. But it starts with you taking action for better. It starts with you changing your mind around what is normal and what is how you should be consuming, because this box of normal is what's keeping us sick. This box of normal is leading all of us to all these infertility issues like we're seeing right now currently. Because you look at society and you can see, first of all, we're physically ill, and then we're mentally ill as well. And it's not just me from speaking. They literally just did a study and came out with a study that COVID ended in May 2023, right? It ended officially. They did a study and did surveys about, despite everything going back to normal, how is everybody feeling? What is going on with our society and our health? And they did a research, and they see that the trauma from 2020 not only has caused us many mental health issues as well as physical health issues, but also between inflation and everything else that's going on with our world, with the gold, everybody fighting and all the stuff. They see that chronic illness between the ages of really in both, between 18 all the way to 44, because I'm not going to give you both separate statistics if they're about the same. They used to be lower. They used to be around 30s to 48, like around 30 to 48, depending on what age you were. But now, when it comes to chronic illness has gone all the way up to 58%. Yes, that includes what happened in 2020, but that's not the only thing, because now you see people are sitting here developing heart disease. They're developing heart related issues, and in teens, you see all these people developing high blood pressure. You see all these people sitting here with insulin resistance and PCOS and fibroids, and IBS is running rampant through our society. And then you look at the mental health number and you start to make the connections, and you see these people are having mental health diagnosis in the same age group between 18 and 44. It was at first, before in 2019 they rated it at 31%. Thank you for the follow. Now it's all the way up to 45%, going on close to 47. Like, that's give or take, because that's just grouping everybody. That's not taking into account women and men. Like, I mean, not women and separately and men, if that makes sense. I said that wrong. Thanks for the follow. And so you have to realize, at what point are we going to sit here and shift our health? And what point are we going to realize that we are poisoning ourselves? We are doing this to ourselves. And let me make the connection for you, because I'm here to make the connections for you to understand how you're doing it to yourself. If you do not know, your gut health and your brain health are just directly connected. Everything is an internal system that is connected. It has connections. But when your gut is off, your brain is off. And when your brain is off, all of your systems internally are off. If your gut biome is not at the pH that it needs to be at, so that it's, supported, it's digesting everything correctly, then your digestive system is going to be backed up. That's how you develop IBS symptoms. That's how you're sitting here developing all of these issues internally, where you can't go to the bathroom, or you're constantly going to the bathroom. And then you're sitting here wondering why all of a sudden you're anxious. You're wondering why you're sitting here thinking yourself into panic attacks. You're wondering why all of a sudden you develop depression episodes. It's because your gut biome is off. And the same thing, when you don't know how to have a stable mind, you don't know how to discern and make the choices that are going to support you. So you don't know how to sit there and daily renew your mind. You don't know how to look at that Sprite commercial and realize the fact that Sprite is not zero sugar. It has no sugar added far as white sugar or brown sugar, but it still has high fructose corn syrup. It still has aspartame in it. And aspartame and high fructose corn syrup have been linked to developing and leading you to cancer. So when are you going to realize that you are what you're eating? If you're eating cancer, you're going to have cancer. And that's all they're doing, is feeding you a bunch of cancer. You're going out, you're eating this fast food, you're eating these GMOs, because they don't have to tell you that the GMOs are in your fast food at your favorite restaurants. All these chain restaurants, chain fast food places, they don't have to tell you their meat is GMO. And that's law. That's literally a law. They don't have to tell you. And so, since they don't have to tell you, you're going out and getting your favorite snack or your favorite food, your chicken nuggets from McDonald's, and you're sitting there smacking down on it at least once or twice a week. You're eating GMOs once or twice a week, on top of being fried in inflammatory oils, on top of the fact that you're not supporting your body and releasing and resetting the way that it needs to, on top of the fact that you don't even understand what you're doing to your body over the 20 plus years that you've been on this earth. And so you're sitting here and poisoning yourself. You're literally being toxic, being a slow poison. When are you going to shift your health and shift and change the habits that you have? When are you going to stop stressing your body out? Because you have to realize that internal aging that everybody's doing to their body, where they're seeing that people are aging their bodies 3 times what they're actually been on this earth, when are you going to realize that's from internal stress? And internal stress literally not only externally ages you and makes you look older, but internal stress makes your organs look older. They make your organs work more. They make your internal systems off, because you're in fight or flight mode. You are not stable. And so you have to realize that you have to get to a stable space for you to be mentally stable as well as physically stable, for you to release that stress, for that cortisol to not be high inside of your body, storing inside of you, which is also toxic. Because if you do not realize, when you don't know how to healthily cope with stress, when you don't even realize you're in a fight or flight state, which is a stressful mode, you don't know that you're not releasing regularly. And then you wonder why you have painful menstrual cycles. You wonder why you're going through panic attacks. You wonder why you're in and out of depressive episodes. It's because you're not dealing with the internal stress that you have stored inside of your body. And you don't even know how to, because we're not taught these things. You don't even know how to support your body, because we're not taught these things. But I'm here to support you in doing that. And so if you want that help, stick around. I have that for you. And so it all starts with you first, swapping the habits that you have and understanding that you have to gradually start switching these habits for yourself because you want to feel good. You want to look good. You want to feel vibrant. You want to start sitting here healing because your body is a healing vessel. So if you are not healing, you have to understand that there's a block from your healing. Something is blocking you from healing because our body is designed to heal. And I'm speaking from experience. I literally went from me being over 200 pounds, couldn't get lower than 190, couldn't figure out what was going on, how to balance my health. I couldn't figure out how I developed asthma when nobody in my family has asthma. I couldn't figure out how I was literally in 5th grade with knee pain, wearing 2 knee braces, playing sports, being told that I would literally have to have a knee surgery by 22 if I did not stop playing sports. Sitting here literally suffering when it came to the knee pain, the back pain, the hip pain that I was getting, anxious, depressed, having panic attacks. I was having all of these things going on. And now here I am, 25, no more knee pain. I have not had any surgeries. I don't have asthma anymore. I haven't had an inhaler in over 3 years. I literally have not had any type of hip pain, back pain, anything like that, unless like obviously I'm sleeping incorrectly, because I sleep kind of crazy. But literally, I have no issues like I was having at a young age. And it's absolutely ridiculous, all the issues that I was having at a young age. But I've realized and I've come to educate myself and understand what I was doing to myself. How I was consuming was toxic. I was eating a bunch of inflammatory dairy. I loved milk. Literally was consuming milk at least 2 to 3 times a day. And sitting here like, oh, it gives you strong bones. You know, it's good for you. It gives you all these benefits of calcium and everything else. Not realizing that, no, it does not. They lied to us. And they have come out, thanks to the follow, and told us that they've lied to us. Because literally, they even said that the Got Milk campaign was literally marketing to make you drink more milk. There was no health benefits. They all paid these people that backed up the fact that it gave you calcium, it gave you strong bones. They paid these people to back it up so that they could have the pharmaceuticals backing so that they could market it to you as something as a healthy alternative versus you sitting here drinking your water like you need to be every single day at every single meal. They're telling you to drink milk with 2 meals a day. And they're telling you to do that to your kids. Their system of education gives it to your kids as mandatory. The same thing with them giving them deli meats and any kind of meat that is literally inflammatory, and you not questioning anything, you not telling them not to give that crap to your child, and you saying that this is something that is promoted by the government, so that's just what we need to do because at the end of the day, the government cares for us, right? These people care about us, right? But you don't question that. But you know that they're literally poisoning us. You know that they're sitting there offing people every single day just because they can. You know they don't follow any of their own rules or regulations because of all the loopholes that are in our system. But you don't question the fact that they could possibly be poisoning your child. Okay. That's all I have to say. Okay. When are you going to start educating yourself and start questioning? When are you going to start making a shift and changing? When are you going to realize that these people do not care and start to familiarize with yourself with how your body is actually supposed to function? Because when a toddler starts eating and you start implementing food, you don't sit there and give them a steak. You don't sit there and give them a whole bunch of meat that they know that you know they can't eat, you know they can't consume. What do you start them with? Because you know that they're going to blow the bathroom up if you start doing that. What do you start them with? You give them peas. You give them carrots, you give them sweet potatoes, you give them simple little things for them, their digestive system to start working and to start functioning properly, to digest actual food outside of milk. You start to give them little different things that they can puree, that can be pureed, that they can eat. You give them applesauce, you give them oranges, and you puree all of this up in a blender and you give it to them in a form that is simple. You don't cook it, you don't do anything, and they're okay. They're functioning. They're not losing weight because people fear every single time that I talk about being plant-based or going plant-based that they're not going to get enough protein. They're not going to be healthy. They're not going to get all the nutrients that they need. But you do realize that or you don't realize, and I want to make it clear, every single nutrient that you need can be provided with plants. And I'm speaking as somebody who has been in this lifestyle for 3.5 years. I'm not malnourished. I'm going on 4 years. I'm not malnourished. I'm not suffering. I'm not hungry. And so you have to realize that they have programmed you to believe that you have to have meat every day, all day. They have programmed you, thank you for the follow. They have programmed you to not know your authentic design, which is healing. And they programmed you to crave Sprite, to crave McDonald's. They have programmed you, thanks for all the follows, guys. They have programmed you to not know how to cook, not know how to care for yourself, not know how to support your body in releasing and resetting. Because if you get diagnosed with an illness or a disease, you do realize it's not a life sentence. You do realize that you can heal from it rather than you taking a prescription for the rest of your life. And if you do not know that, I'm here to tell you that you can. It's possible. It is. And no amount of supplements, herbs, tinctures, medications are going to help you heal unless you're eating correctly. No medication is going to help you heal, period. No doctor can promise you healing because they never tell you that they can heal. They tell you you can manage your issue when you have diabetes. You can manage you having high blood pressure. You can manage your heart disease. You can manage your kidney disease. You can manage your gout, but they can never tell you we can heal that and you can release that. But guess what? I can tell you that you can because I know how to use holistic methods. They go through a program that is taught, that teaches them, and it has been taught to make you a dollar sign, a profit margin. They're not taught in these programs how to help you heal. They're taught how to manage and to keep you in their system. But if you work with me and you want to actually heal and get supported in healing, I can support you in doing that. And there's so many different alternatives that are going to support your body in getting in a healing state, because it all starts with your actions. It all starts with what you do for yourself. All they want is money. That's all they see you as, is a dollar sign. But if you want actual healing, it starts with you educating yourself and changing your habits and understanding that there is no lack in this lifestyle. This lifestyle is literally not lacking. I never sit there a day wishing that I went back to the lifestyle that I was living and that I hate this lifestyle and I never want to do this and whatever. I don't have a negative thought about being plant-based. I didn't even have a negative thought when I was going into the lifestyle. What I went into this lifestyle knowing was that healing was possible, and I was tired of suffering. I was tired of going to the doctor with all these problems and not getting any answers, because I would go to the doctor, ask a question, and they're looking it up on their computer. I can do that at home. like I'm asking you all these questions and I'm telling you, and I'm like, I listen to my body. So I'm telling you, like, hey, I've been having this knee problem since forever and I'm not understanding why, because I do everything you tell me to do. I heat my knee before I do physical activity. I ice after physical activity. I've been doing all these stretches, X, Y, and Z. I've been healing, and I've been trying to heal my ankle because I twisted my ankle when I was younger. So how am I still having ankle pain and I didn't break it? And then I started to realize that that's because they're not taught to heal me. They're taught to tell me to go home, take a couple of Advil, would lower my inflammation. Not realizing that's not lowering inflammation. It's just binding to all of your pain receptors so that you don't feel the pain. It's not actually helping the inflammation. So that's the reason why when you take an Advil and you feel the pain after the Advil wears off in a couple of hours, and you're sitting there like, man, I gotta go take another one. That's because the inflammation's not lowering. That's just because your pain receptors were turned off for those hours. If you want to actually lower inflammation and to help your body, it starts with what you're consuming. It starts with you understanding where inflammation is truly coming from, getting to the root cause of the problem. And so if you want to start understanding how to listen to your body, start connecting with your body, and start coming back to healing, because we were all put on this earth in a healing state. It's all of the issues that we have when it comes to our habits that are keeping us from healing. You have to be patient and you have to be kind with yourself. First of all, going into lifestyle, you have to shift your mindset. And it all starts with you and what you want and how you're going to do it for yourself. And so if you are ready for that, and you know that you need that, if you've been diagnosed with anything and you're like, I am ready for a shift, I am ready for a change, I don't want to keep taking prescriptions, I want to actually heal, I don't want to be sitting here taking these supplements and they're not even really helping me the way that I need them to, I don't want to be sitting here taking all of these medications for the rest of my life, I don't want all these diagnoses for the rest of my life. If you know that your family has an issue when it comes to heart disease or high blood pressure or diabetes, and these things keep running rampant through your body, through your family lineage, you have to realize these diseases are not passed down. What's passed down is habits. The terrible habits are passed down generationally, and nobody in your family is changing the habits. Nobody's changing the way that they consume, where they eat, what they use, and they don't even realize it. They don't even have any discernment when it comes to their food, of being conscious of what they're consuming and knowing these ingredients. And so that's how everybody has developed these diseases. These diseases are not hereditary. What's hereditary is your terrible habits. And so if you are ready to shift that for yourself, if you are ready to change that for yourself, it all starts with your mind, because we are literally stressing ourselves out. And our mindset is so stressful because we sit here and think that there's no way out. And I know that because I was once there. I was like, I would never be able to lose weight. I'm never going to be able to be lower than what I am. And my family is all heavy set. They've all been this way, but we all eat the same. And so once I started to shift how I ate, I started to change how I ate, my mindset was like, oh, it's not the fact that I can't do it. It's the fact that my habits were keeping me from it. And so if you want to shift that for yourself, my masterclass on June 23rd, which is this Sunday, is going to support you. It's at 4:30 Central Standard Time. It's going to help you be able to release that stress that you have. It's going to help you be able to shift your mindset to get into the space of healing and helping your body heal, as well as it's also going to help you be able to be in a space of consciously aware of how you've been consuming, what you've been doing to your body, and what we need to do to shift in how we do it and how you were able to do it, because I did this for myself. And the masterclass acronym for the night is life. It's literally life. It's living intentionally, flowing energetically. And so we're going to break that down, and I'm going to explain to you and show you exactly how I did this for myself, how I got into the space for myself, and what I did and why I did it. And so its ability to help you came from me doing educating myself and doing what I've done for myself for over these 3.5 years, going on 4, as well as science and understanding scripturally what we need to be doing and why we need to be doing it for ourselves, because we do not understand that literally it says in scripture that we need to be eating the seeded fruits of our labor. And I'm not saying everybody's going to out here and have a farm, but you do have to realize that in scripture it tells us to eat seeded fruit. And you're sitting out here and eating seedless watermelon. You're out here eating a bunch of fruits and that have no seeds. You're eating vegetables that are GMO. When are you going to realize that you were literally going against your authentic design? Like, you have to understand that you are literally slowly unaliving yourself with the habits that you have because they're so terrible. And so that masterclass is going to get you in the space of starting to shift. It's literally going to be life-changing, because it's exactly what I did for myself to get in this space. Shifting yourself so that you can support your body in healing, so that you can feel better, you can look better, and you can start making choices that are going to support you. And then I also have an amazing freebie for the people who are in there on Sunday. After the Sunday, the freebie will not be there anymore, as well as the price will be going up. But if you go on ahead and get that and you were there on Sunday, and if you cannot be there on Sunday, you do get the replay. And for the ones that already purchased before Sunday, you will also get the free gift. But you have to understand that in order for you to transform your habits, minimize the stress that you're having internally, and just support yourself in healing and shifting your lifestyle, it starts with you making small changes. And those small changes look like you understanding what you're doing and educating yourself, knowing how to switch your habits, understanding how to focus on the nutrition that you need, understanding how to incorporate different things that you need for your body to be healing and supporting yourself. And also being mindful and conscious when it comes to your consumption, and knowing what these ingredients are, knowing how you're poisoning yourself, and understanding that you literally are what you eat. So if you are going to keep consuming a bunch of crap, a bunch of toxins, you're going to be toxic. You're going to be full of crap. But if you want to start shifting that, then you can come work with me, and you need to go on ahead and you need to sign up for the masterclass. So if you have any questions, this was a quick one. I will take questions now. If not, I'm going to hop off in a few minutes. So I will take any questions that you were having for the people that are still in here. And if you are just now joining, hi, my name is Kendra. I'm a plant-based lifestyle strategist. I'm here to help you and support you in understanding what is going on with our food industry, what is going into our food, understanding how we are literally toxic and poisoning ourselves, and shifting away from that so that we have healthier habits. We are supporting our body because our body is a healing vessel, and we all deserve to be healing, and we all deserve to know how to take care of our body. And so if you want that for yourself, I'm here, and I'm here to support you. And for everybody that does not know, I have a YouTube. I post all of my lives on YouTube. So if you need more free content from me, if you're not ready to buy in yet for whatever reason, and I do have Affirm, Afterpay, Klarna, all of that for all of my services and products. But if you're not ready, I do have all of my free content on YouTube that will truly support you no matter what state you are in. You said I don't need to lose weight. I need to know how to eat healthier, and that's all possible. You don't have to necessarily lose weight just by going plant-based, because the people who do lose weight going plant-based, and because I've seen quite a few people that look very unhealthy, majority of them do not understand the nutrients parts. They are focused on eating raw and doing all these different things and, following Dr. Sebi, which I'm not knocking any of that. But you do have to understand that if you are losing the nutrients that you need, you're going to be losing weight. If you're not gaining the nutrients that you need, you're going to be losing weight. If you're not taking care of your body fully, you're going to be losing weight without intention. But if you are, for instance, I don't know if you want to just maintain or you want to gain, but if you're trying to gain or maintain, it is possible, and I can support you in doing that, because I'm not Miss Skinny Minnie, but I wanted to be healthier. I didn't necessarily want to lose weight to be skinny, but I wanted to be healthier, because I know once I get to a certain weight, or I am a certain weight and I stay there, my knees hurt. And it was more than just inflammation. I felt heavy. And so now that here I am where I'm at, I'm perfectly fine where I'm at. If I lose weight, I'm cool. I don't want to gain any more weight, but I'm fine with where I am. And so I just did a cleanse recently, and that was on purpose for me to be able to just lose weight. Health as well, definitely. Thank you. Peace and abundance. Peace and abundance. Maintain and gain. I have a thyroid disease. Okay. And that, for thyroid diseases and things like that, we have to understand that is your way of your body hormone imbalances, basically, and the hormone disruption. And so there's something in your habits that is disrupting your hormones. And I can speak from somebody who had painful menstrual cycles all their life, and I'm getting to the point where I'm still healing the issue, but it's so much better than what it was, and I know how to support myself around that time. Because as women, we are not taught how to support ourselves. We're taught to take birth control, pain pills, and we're taught to sit here and keep on going and pushing through. And we don't realize the fact that is your time of rest. That is your time to support your body. That is a time for you to, at most, that is a time for you to be most selfish in your life. And so if you want that for yourself, if you want to shift and you want to help that for you, I got you, and I can support you in doing that. Becoming plant-based and knowing what to do with my body is the best feeling ever. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And literally, it comes with the territory. It's territory, because it's you start to shift your habits and you start to understand, and then once you start to shift your habits and you're understanding what's helping you, and then it was a lot of trial and error in the beginning, because I was new. I didn't have anybody in my life that was living this lifestyle. But I'm here to help you to not have to go through all the trial and error of just trying different things and doing different things. And a lot of vegan products I was eating were terrible for me, and I had to get through that. But I'm here to support you in knowing how to take care of your body without all. The beginning was real. It was real touch and go. I'm here to support you in not having to go through all of the struggles that come with the beginning process, but rather being able to support you in just flowing into the lifestyle and getting that change for yourself and being able to do it with ease. How do you purchase the masterclass for Sunday? I'm assuming, can you flesh it out a little bit more for me? Is that what you're talking about? Because I also, I have different services. Yes, the masterclass on Sunday is right now priced at $111. You can get it with Klarna, Affirm, or Afterpay. $111 is the original price for Sunday. And like I said, you are getting a freebie, as well as you're getting all of the tips and strategies that I have that are going to support you in getting in the space that you need. And for you, instance, how you said that you are ready to shift your health as far as maintaining and gaining, I can help you with that, because it all starts with mentally and what we're doing and how we're consuming. And if maybe you're well, okay, maybe a masterclass is not where you're necessarily trying to focus, I also do have a one-on-one with me. It is a little higher price. You get right now I do have a bundle. My dog is so nosy. I do have a bundle price where if you book a one-on-one with me, you also get my Purge the Poison ebook that is going to give you common toxins that are inside of your food, as well as you get my transition to a plant-based lifestyle masterclass that is telling you what is going on, why you need to do it, what is happening currently right now if you still eat meat, dairy, processed sugars, and things like that, and understanding how you're going to step into that space and step into that lifestyle with ease and do it from that space. It is a replay. The masterclass has already happened. It is a replay, but that is going to help you to get into the space of understanding. So when you do book the one-on-one call, you can ask questions if you have any, and then we can create a strategy that is going to support you in the current lifestyle that you are, and shifting from that lifestyle to a lifestyle is going to help you start healing. I think I have it priced at $247 currently right now, if I'm thinking correctly. Okay, get down if you're gonna do all that. So like I said, everything you can purchase with Klarna, Affirm, or Afterpay. It's just a matter of what would you like for yourself and how is it going to support you. You said lots of vegan foods are dangerous. Absolutely, absolutely. Beyond Burgers and Impossible Burgers will never come out of my mouth with a suggestion for anybody. They have tons of fillers and additives, as well as inflammatory soy. And then the soy is throwing off your hormones. And so we have to realize that they are giving us hormonally imbalancing food for a reason. They literally want us to be imbalanced for go sit down. No. For a reason. It's all an agenda. And so does anybody have any more questions for me? If not, I'm going to hop off. I got to do some different things before I get ready to get my day. No. That is for $247 is for the booking a what is it called? The one-on-one call with me. So you get the replay. You get the replay lifetime. That is for you. Complete access. There is no I'm keeping it or gatekeeping it. It's for you. I'm sending it to you, as well as the Purge the Poison ebook. You're gonna get that. You're gonna get to keep that. And then you get the one-on-one call with me, which is a one-time call. We're gonna talk for 30 to 45 minutes, like however long it takes. And we're just gonna, success strategy. You ask any questions that you have, and just to be able to get you into the space of starting to transition to a plant-based lifestyle, or any questions that you have about the masterclass replay is the time for you to ask. Then we can discuss your thyroid issue, anything, or weight gaining, things like that. That would be something that we would talk about in the one-on-one call. But no, it's just a one-time price. That's just if you want that one-on-one, if you want all those strategies, success strategies, you want that Purge the Poison ebook, and you want that transition to a plant-based lifestyle masterclass, that's what that price is for. That bundle will not be there forever, because usually that's the price for just booking a one-on-one with me. Thanks for the follow. But if you want the bundle right now, it's still running. I think I'm gonna run it until my birthday, which my birthday is July 17th. So I think that's just gonna be my little gift to everybody until my birthday. And then once my birthday leaves, I think that bundle is also going to be leaving, and it's going to just go back to the regular price of $247 for just the one-on-one, because that masterclass is truly impactful, because it's going to get you in the space of going plant-based and understanding why, as well as that Purge the Poison ebook, because it's literally showing you all of the common toxins that are in your favorite snacks, these foods that you're consuming, because the majority of society is consuming them. And then it also gives you the swaps for you to be able to start swapping and understanding how to read labels and knowing how to read your labels. And I have a little game in there that I think is very, very cute. It goes back to childhood, because I feel like we all need to have a little childhood fun. So truly, I think that will support you. Either which one will support you, either the masterclass on Sunday or booking that one-on-one with me. It will support you truly, if that's what you need. But I'm not seeing any more questions, so I guess I'm going to hop off. That is my live for today. I don't know if I'm going to be on before I have the masterclass on Sunday or not, but thank you for everybody. And if you were looking for any of my links, all of the link is not clickable, but you can screenshot it in my bio, or you can go follow me on my Instagram, my YouTube, my Facebook. All the links in there, all my links are in their bios. I didn't really say that right. I didn't say that right, but all the links are in my bios and my other social medias, and they're clickable. And don't forget to follow me on all my other social medias, just in case they do take TikTok for whatever reason. You are so absolutely welcome. And I hope that I have supported you in every way that I can. And if you need more support from my free content, stop. My YouTube is linked in my bio. You can go check out all my past lives on YouTube. And I hope that everybody has an amazing rest of their day, and enjoy your week.